Sad as Wells is dance. That's what we say, and that means that we present high-quality dance in Islington at this 1,500-seat venue throughout the year, and we have a very broad definition of dance. Includes things like hip hop, classical ballet, contemporary dance, tango, flamenco. I mean, every kind of dance style is either here or at the Peacock Theatre as well, which we also run, which is in the West End. That's 1,000 seats in the West End. So we like to say we're the home of dance in London, and we also have started to produce some of our own work in recent years as well. I think dance is in a very good position right now in the United Kingdom and particularly in London. Audiences are growing. In fact, it's the only art form where audiences are growing. In opera, classical music, for example, they tend to dwindle, but dance is moving upwards.
In the UK at the moment, ballet and all types of dance is really at the forefront of people's minds, thanks partly to programs like Strictly Come Dancing, all of that stuff. So any of those dance shows, any of those shows that really involve the TV audience, I know that a lot of them do spin-offs into arena style shows or theatre productions themselves. So anything like that's really brought dance into the forefront, which is a good thing.
There seems to be a great enthusiasm in general about dance, just with television shows and like Strictly Come Dancing, that people really now understand how difficult it is to be a dancer.
Creatively, dance is moving forward and by leaps and bounds, but it's always a difficult situation for dance because we're normally the last in the pecking order where funding comes in. Of course, it does take a certain amount of funding to produce new work. The ideas are always there, but not always the funding. So it's always a fight, but I think dance really does, it's got a strong vision and a strong voice, and I think it will continue to push through those challenges.
Technically, the dancers of today are far superior than dancers of my time. I don't know if I'd get a job anymore. What we had in the past was there was a lot of really different personalities when you think of the Nureyev and Margot Fonteyn, Anthony Dowell. So I think the technical side has taken dance to a new level, and what I'm trying to work on now is to give the public personalities and believable performances.
10 or 15 years ago, there was less dance in London and the audiences were smaller. Now there's more dance and the audiences have grown with it. So I always see it as a good thing if there are many people putting on all sorts of different dance styles in London. That's a very good thing, and I'm glad English National Ballet, Royal Ballet, Birmingham Royal Ballet are all doing their thing as well. Well, they do very different things. So they concentrate mostly on the repertoire that they have, the Swan Lakes and Romeo and Juliet's Manon. They look after the heritage, if you like, which is really good because we're allowed to do everything else. We don't really compete. Although in recent years they have changed their policy quite a lot, particularly at the Royal Ballet. We've got Wayne McGregor now there as a contemporary dance choreographer working in the ballet world, and he's really mixing things up.
Britain right now is fielding some really top-notch choreographers. Aside from myself and my work I do with English National Ballet, there's an old school friend of mine, Christopher Wheeldon, who works both here and in America. He has his own company. There's Matthew Bourne, of course, Michael Corder, who also works with English National Ballet, Wayne McGregor at the Royal Opera House. Lots and lots of good British choreographers, and there's tons more besides.
I think everybody can dance. Everybody can dance. And I think it has a kind of an instinctive feel. If you go and see people doing things well, I think you can appreciate it. This idea that dance is elitist, I think is something of the past. It probably comes from the fact that if you go to somewhere like Covent Garden, it's incredibly expensive. So that seems to preclude a lot of people. But there are ways to get cheaper tickets to things, and I'm pleased to say that English National Ballet are much better value